Hi everyone, I hope you're okay and I hope that the videos we keep uploading are helping you out. On this video guys, I'll be tackling on the 9th question from the May-June examination which was written in the province of Gauteng in the year of 2024. Please do expect a total number of 10 videos. Since the question paper consists of 10 questions, that simply means each and every question will have its own video. And please guys, do take this seriously. I strongly believe that knowing how to tackle exam questions will give you an edge whenever you write your final exam. So please do share the video to your peers so that they may have the same edge as you. Okay. The function f of x is drawn below, and then n and m are the turning points of f, g is the y-intercept of f, and then a, b, and c are the x-intercepts of f. First question, they want us to show that p is equal to -5 and q is just equal to -4. Okay, we are given the equation of f of x. F of x is equal to 2x cubed plus px squared plus qx plus 3. Since we are given the turning point, guys, it simply means we are supposed to use the derivative. Are you together? And the derivative of my graph at the turning point will be equal to 0. So basically, I'll simply say the derivative of x is equal to 6x squared plus 2px plus q. I know that f prime of 2 will be equal to 0. Why f prime of 2 is equal to 0? Because the x value at the turning point is equal to 2. So this simply means that 6x squared plus 2px plus q will be equal to 0 if x is equal to 2. So this will give me 4 times 6, that's 24, plus 4p plus q equal to 0. Therefore, q is just -24 minus 4p. This is my first equation, right? My equation is two unknowns, guys. I'm supposed to solve simultaneously. What else do I know? I know that, yes, f of x is 2x cubed plus px squared plus qx plus 3. I know that whenever x is equal to 2, the corresponding y value is -9. So that's -9 is equal to 2 cubed is 8 multiplied by 2, that's 16. 16 plus 3, I'll simply get 19. 19 plus 4p plus 2q. Yeah? Then whenever I take the 19 to the other side, it will be negative. That's -9 minus 19, that's -28. Is equal -28 minus 4p is equal to 2q. Divide both sides by 2, then -14 minus 2p is equal to q. This is my second equation. So I can simply say equation 1 is equal to equation 2 because I have q is equal to something, q is equal to another thing. So equation 1 is equal to equation 2. That's -24 minus 4p is equal to -14 minus 2p. Né? Okay, then now I just have to group the like terms. I'll have -24 plus 14 is equal to -2p plus 4p. That's -10 plus 2p. Therefore, p is just -5. P is just -5. For me to find the corresponding y value, I can use one of the equations. Let's take equation 2. Q will simply be equal to -14 minus 2 times -5, and this will give me -4. So now I have proven that P is -5 and Q is -4. Yeah? Okay, now I'm supposed to determine the coordinates of G. G is the y-intercept of my curve. Whenever, guys, I'm given an equation like this, the examiner is trying to tell me the y-intercept. The y-intercept is equal to 3, right? and I know that the x value at the y-intercept is always 0. So the coordinates I simply have 0 and 3. It is further given that C is equal to, the coordinates of C are 3 and 0. They want us to calculate the distance between A and B. A and B are x-intercepts, right? So for us to find the distance between A and B, we must know the coordinates of our x-intercepts. We're already given one of the x-intercepts, so we do have a factor. So we don't have to worry about trial and error. I simply have 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 4x plus 3. This is equal to 0, right? Remember that, guys, whenever I'm solving for x-intercepts, I must always make y equal to 0. Okay, I do know the factor, that's x minus 3. And then I must find the other factor. I'll simply take this term divided by the first one. This will simply give me 2x squared. And then 3 divided by negative 3. This will give me negative 1. For me to find the middle term, I just need to say this term over there minus the product of these two. So I'll simply have 5x squared minus negative 6x squared. This will give me a positive x squared. But I'll never write positive x squared there. I'll only write a positive x. Yes, guys, you can do your synthetic division and stuff. But the entire purpose of synthetic division is to find this term over there. Okay, and then now I can just further factorize. I'll simply have 2x, x, 1 and 1. And I'll have plus and minus. So x is equal to 3, or x is equal to 1 over 2, or x is just equal to negative 1. So I now know that, okay, C is just 3 and 0. B, I simply have negative half and 0. And then A, that's just negative 1 and 0. So the distance between, why is it negative half now? Because the half is positive. So the distance between A and B, I'll just subtract the two x values because A and B are both on the same horizontal line. So that's half minus a negative 1. This will just give me 1.5 units, or 3 over 2 units. 9.4, they want us to determine the x coordinates of M. M is the turning point, right? So for me to find the coordinates of M, I just need to find the derivative of my graph, equate it to 0, then solve x. And one of my answers should be x is equal to 2. F of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 4x plus 3. So f prime of x is equal to 6x squared minus 10x minus 4. I know that for the turning point, this guy must be equal to 0. So 6x squared minus 10x minus 4 is equal to 0. And then I can divide each and every term by 2. I'll end up having 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. Open two brackets. 3x, x, 2 and 1. I'll have minus and plus. Then x is basically negative 1 over 3, or x is 2. Indeed, one of the x value has to be 2. Né? So for the corresponding y value, I just need to substitute this x value on the original equation. So f of negative 1 over 3, cubed minus 5 times negative 1 over 3 squared, 4 times negative 1 over 3 plus 3. So this will give me the corresponding y value, because I know that x is just negative 1 over 3. 2 times negative 1 over 3 cubed minus 5 times negative 1 over 3 squared minus 4 times negative 1 over 3 plus 3. So this will just give me 100 over 27. So the coordinates of m, they only wanted the x coordinate. Okay, so x is just equal to negative 1 over 3. We did not have to find the y value now. Okay, now they want us to find the x coordinates of h, which is the point of inflection of our graph. Point of inflection, guys, you must always make your second derivative to be equal to 0. If f of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 4x plus 3, and then that means your first derivative will be 6x squared minus 10x minus 4, and the second derivative will simply be 12x minus 10. Are you together? For the x value at the point of inflection, I must simply make the derivative to be greater than 0, rather the second derivative to be equal to 0. So f double prime is just equal to 0. Therefore 12x minus 10 is 0. 12x is equal to 10. That means x is 10 over 12, which is just 5 over 6. So the x value over there is 5 over 6. For which values of x will f be concave up? F will be concave up if and only if the second derivative is greater than 0. Are you together? So I now know the x value at the point of inflection. I can therefore say when x is greater than 5 over 6. But you can solve, guys. You can take your second derivative, there it is, make it to be greater than 0. Solve x. You'll simply have 12x minus 10 greater than 0. That's 12x greater than 10. Then x is greater than 5 over 6. And then for which values of x is the product of f and the derivative of f less than 0? Let's go to our graph. Let me erase there. Okay, guys, our graph is positive if and only if it's above the x-axis, and our graph will be negative if and only if it is below the x-axis, right? Okay, so my graph will be negative below the x-axis, but it will be positive above the x-axis. Anywhere above the x-axis, my graph will be positive. And then it will be negative whenever it's below the x-axis. Negative, 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 positive. Okay. Since I'm given the original graph f of x and the derivative, that means I must focus on whether my graph is increasing or decreasing. Moving from left to right, guys, is my graph going up or down? My graph is going up. That means it's increasing. Increasing, increasing, increasing. Then my graph changes direction at the turning point. At the turning point, the graph is stationary. So it's not increasing or decreasing. Are we together? So it's 0. So and then it starts decreasing. Decreasing, 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 decreasing. At the turning point, it's stationary. It will start increasing again. Increasing, 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 increasing. I'm looking for the values of x whereby the product of my graph and the derivative will be negative. that statement will be true if and only if I'm multiplying two things that have different signs. Different signs, one has to be positive whereas the other one has to be negative. Over here, from here to the left, I can see that my graph is increasing, but at the same time it's below the x-axis. So when x is less than -1, the statement is true. Are you together? And also whenever x is between the turning point and this x-intercept, this statement is true. So when x is between -1/3 as well as +1/2, the statement is true. Remember that the x value at m is 1/3, -1/3, right? Okay, another region where the statement is true, that's when x is between 2 and 3. When x is between 2 and 3, the statement is true. That's how, guys, we're supposed to tackle this question over there. I really hope the video helped you out. Please stay tuned, guys, and wait for more videos. Thank you.